Okay, let's start the session. Good afternoon, guys. So, I think this is the first lecture of you. I couldn't conduct the lectures last week also because my health condition is not good. So, let's start with information systems. Okay, how many students are there? 60, and how many students for this batch? 120 or 140? How many students? Did you got the message? I informed you a batch trip. I couldn't text a message in that group. I texted you a batch trip. Did you get that message from your batch trip? 109, no? So 40 are missing. 40% missing. Okay. Can you see my screen? I think you can see my screen. So today we have to discuss about what are the information systems. Information system. So let's move on to definition of the information system. We call that as IS. Okay. So information systems. So these are some definitions of the information systems. So what is the difference between data and information systems? So first we get data, raw data. Then we process that data into information. Then we store that information as information systems. So we have big information systems as per our requirements. So then we have to use that information system. So for this process, we have lots of people to manipulate those things. So these are some definitions of the information systems. So information system are the software and hardware system that support data intensive applications. That means for the information system, we have used. Okay. Uh, Wait, I will start the recording. I couldn't start. I will start now.
Recording in progress.
Okay, now I start the recording. So then for the information system, we are using softwares and hardware systems to support the data intensive applications. That means we have to process the data using applications. Then says information system are combination of the hardware, software, and the telecommunication networks that people build and use to collect, create, and distribute useful data, typically in organizations. And that means these are the combinations of hardware, software. I will explain what are the hardware and softwares we are using in these information systems. And what are the telecommunication networks? Telecommunication networks means after we created or after we process the data to information, then we have to communicate. I think you all know about communicating thing. That's like WhatsApp, Viber, Messenger, like things. So likewise, you have to communicate those information one place to another place. So that's the telecommunication network. We have to use telecommunication networks for that uh, communication thing. That's the thing. Then people use this data to collect, create, and distribute useful data. First, we have to collect the data. Then we have to create that information using that data. Then we have to distribute useful data. That means we have to distribute those collected informations. Then last definition is information system are interrelated components working together to collect, process, store, and disseminate information to support decision making, coordinate, control, analysis, and visualization in an organization. So it means same as the previous things, but in the definition, it says we are collecting data, then we process that data, then we store that data. That means we are creating some data systems, information systems. Then disseminate information to support decision making means we are distribute that data to make decisions. That means in election you can see there's a election in last month. So last month, yeah, last month. In there you can see they collected some previous year's data and they show before this year results, they showed last year results. So they compare those results and making predictions. Okay, so that's it. Coordination, control, and analysis and visualization. Analysis and visualization means we can collect some previous year's data and then we can visualize those things. Visualize those things. We can visualize those things as charts, then plot charts likewise. Okay, so then we can predict some information. Okay, then let's move on to components of information system. What are the components of information system? Okay, so we have a technological category in this component of information systems. First thing is hardware, then software, data, people, and process. What are the hardware components means? Hardware components means that we can touch things that are the hardware components like computers, then mouse, keyboard, monitors, likewise. Okay, that are the hardware components. Then we have software components. Software components means operating system. The operating system is Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and we have to use some inbuilt software or outsourced softwares for the process thing. Okay, so that are the softwares. Then we have data. Data means we have to collect the data for creating information system. So that are the data. Then people means we have to use people for the collect data, then processing part, then visualization part, and also we have lots of people. We have to use lots of people to complete this process. Okay, then process means we have to create data and collect data. Then we have to process the data to information. So that the processing part we have to use some people to process those things. Okay. Okay. Let's discuss those components one by one. First thing is hardware components. Hardware component. I told you this hardware component included this computers, keyboards, disk drives, iPads, flash drives. Okay. So first, when we are collecting some data, we collecting as images, audios, likewise. Okay, we can collect any kind of data type. Then we must store those things inside the technical thing like hard drives, pen drives, likewise. So we have to use computers for that purpose. So we have computers, keyboard, disk drive, iPads, flash drives, laptops. Likewise, we have lots of hardware components to use to create the information system. Okay, so hardware means that things we can touch when we are creating an information system. That all consists of the hardware components. Okay. Okay. Then let's move on the software. What are the softwares? Software means we have to use some software to create information systems. and we have to use operating systems to use the computer for that, not only for the creating information system. If you have to use, if you are using any computer, any laptop, anything, you have to use a operating system. You don't need to do a info create. You don't need to create information system. If you want to use a laptop or computer, you must use an operating system. Okay? Windows, Linux, macOS are the main operating system we have. So yeah, you have to use one of those operating system. Okay, then inside this operating system or inside your uh, laptops or computers, you have to use applications for those processors for collecting part. Then you have to processing part. So you have to use different kind of application for those processors. Okay, so that are the softwares. So if you want to use any kind of computer, you have to use softwares. Okay, so softwares are the combination of the applications and operating system, and they communicate with users and the hardware. Okay, so then we are going to data. What are the data? When we are going to create information system, we must collect some data. We must collect data. So when we are going to collecting data, we can get from past years, past days, past month. Likewise, you can collect those data using any kind of method. Okay, it is regarding your requirement. So data are the raw facts. That means this data is not processed. So this, if we collect some data, it's like a raw fact. Then we have to process those data as we can use those data. So data can use for the processing part, but data can't be used for the predictions. We cannot do predictions with data. We have to process that data to information systems. Then we can predict some predictions. Okay. So these are the data. So when we are collecting data, we can store those data in papers, that uh, files. Then we can collect it as images. Not simple. Processing is easy to when this data is in digital format. Okay. So otherwise, if this data is not in digital format, we cannot use those data with our computers. We have to do manual. That's why I told you this data must be in digital format. Okay. So then we have which people use for those process, and which people doing these processes. Okay. So we have to use different kind of people to process those things, process and collecting, then storing, then visualization part, output part. We have to use many workers. We have to use different kind of person for those things. සිංහලෙන් කියලා මට සිංහලෙන් කියලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Is there any Tamil students here? Can you hands up if there is a Tamil? Yeah, that's the thing. If I told in Sinhala, I'm in a trouble. That's the problem. So I will explain some parts in Sinhala, so English and Sinhala. Okay, මං සිංහල ඉංග්‍රීසිනේ දෙකෙන්ම කියන්න. හරි නැත්නම් මේ මට තමයි ප්‍රශ්න ඇති. හරි? Is that okay? Tamil students, is that okay? I'm explaining English and then Sinhala also. Is that okay for Tamil students? If you have any problem, you can ask. I will explain English and after that I explain some parts in Sinhala also. Okay, so so those are the people we are using in processing and to create those information systems. Then we have to come processing part. We have to process our data into information. Then we have to create information. We have to create information system using informations. Okay. කියන්නේ අපි data collect කරලා ඒ data processing කරනවා. Process part එක තියෙන උදාහරණයකට ගත්තොත් election එක. ජනාධිපතිවරණ තිබ්බනේ ගිය මාස. එතකොට ඒක තමයි ළඟම උදාහරණ දෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට කලින් අවුරුදු වල data use කරලා ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ අවුරුද්දේ රිසල්ට් දෙන්න කලින් දෙනවා ගිය අවුරුද්දේ වටින්. ගිය අවුරුදු වල කොහොමද තිබ්බේ අනම්මනම් ඒව දෙන්න. ඒව තමයි information systems කියන්නේ. හරි? So nearest example for this information system is election. Last month presidential election. So before they provide this year results, they providing the last year results, last year presidential data, presidential information. Okay, so that is the nearest information system we can get as the example. So processing is we have to process our data into our information. Then we have to create the information system using that information. Okay. So we are processing those things to desired outcome. කියන්නේ අපේ requirement එකකට අනුකූලව තමයි අපි ඒ process එක කරන්නේ. For example, we got the last year presidential data and information for this year. We didn't get the last year rainfall data. We didn't get the rainfall data. We must get the last year presidential data. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ගිය අවුරුද්දේ rainfall එකේ data අරගෙන වැඩක් නැහැ මේකට. මේකට ගන්නවා නම් ගිය අවුරුද්දේ presidential data වල informations තමයි ගන්න ඕන. එතකොට desired goal එකක් තියෙනවා. So we have a desired goal, desired outcome goal. So that is the processing. Then this is the example for the information system. So Walmart is the e-commerce platform like AliExpress. So this Walmart is using in USA. So we are using AliExpress and Daras, like Daras. So this is also a e-commerce platform. We can buy goods from this Walmart. Okay, so it has a supply chain management system. That means it has a huge workers. What I say? It has a different kind of working community, like data engineers, data analysts, then software engineers, Likewise, there is a huge range of the software side. So in our company, that like Daras also has a huge community, huge vacancies, like data engineers, data analysts, likewise. So in Walmart uses the past data of their sellings. They analyze those, they analyze their data to predict and to sell. ඒ කියන්නේ Walmart එකේ use කරනවා ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ පරණ data ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ sales වැඩි කරගන්න. They are using their past data to increase their sellings. Okay, so this is a huge company in USA, like Daras. So again, Walmart කියන්නේත් USA වල තියෙන අපි Daras use කරනවා වගේ company එකක්. ඒකෙන් කරන්නේ බඩු sell කරන එක. හරි. එතකොට මේව huge community එකක් තියෙනවා vacancies ගත්තොත් data engineers ලා software engineers ලා ගොඩක් කට්ටිය. හරි. Then let's move to information system security. What is the information system security means? If we create an information system, we have to protect that information from outside the people. Why? If not, if anyone can access these information systems, if anyone can access the information system we created, that's a problem. So when we created the information system, it used for our requirement. Otherwise, if someone access to this our information system, it's not good for us. For example, if I created the information system for Daras, and then another person access that Daras data, Daras system, Daras information system. So they can follow their sellings pattern. They can follow their selling patterns. It not good for the Daras. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් Daras එකේ හදන information system එකකට වෙන කවුරු හරි access කරොත් ඒගොල්ලෝගේ sellings වලට එක බලපානවා. හරි. එතකොට අපේ මේ information systems වලට security එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන. මේවා හැමෝටම access කරන්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ මම Daras එකේ හිටියත් මට access කරන්න බෑ. ඒක access කරන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. So if I'm in Daras, so I cannot access that information system they created. So that is the security of the information system. That information systems are very confidently. Okay, so that's the meaning. And in information system security threat, we have CIA. CIA means confidentially, integrally availability. Confidentiality means everyone cannot access those information system. Everyone, not in authorized people. Information systems can only access authorized people. ඒ කියන්නේ information system එකට access කරන්න පුළුවන් authorized people ලාට විතරයි. කියන්නේ ඒකට access තියෙන කට්ටියට විතරයි. Other people cannot access this information system. Then integrately means this data can be trusted. So if we created the information system, this system must be in safety and data must be in trusted. Again, අපි information system එකක් හැදුවොත් ඒකේ trust එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන. අපිට බොරු දේවල් දාලා ඒක හදන්න බෑ. Then availability. This depending on the type of the information, time frame can mean different. That means if I create an information system now, it's not good for the future. And if I created information system in 2020, 2020, we cannot use that in 2050. That's depending on the time and the information. කියන්නේ මේක අප්ඩේට් වෙන්න ඕන දෙයක්. ඒක ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් සිස්ටම් මට 2020 හදපු එකක්. දැන් ඒකේ වැලියු එකක් තියෙන්නත් පුළුවන් නැති වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. හරි. If I created a information system in 2020, sometime it there be a valuable in 2024, but sometime this valuable is not. Okay, so that is the availability. It's a information system must be data. Okay, so then tools for the information security. So if we created an information system, we have to secure our information system from outside people. So for that purpose, we can use authentication for those information system like password, I scan or fingerprint. Then multi-factor authentication means two-factor authentication. Who is going in outside? Other parent. That's a super paradine. That's a super old again. Video on the Okay, let's move to the session. So if you want to do authentication in your computer systems, you have to use ID, passwords, then you have to use iScan fingerprint, then two-step authentication, two-factor authentication. That means I think you all had that two-factor authentication in your Facebook accounts. So two-factor authentication. Then access control means information system is secured by the people who are created. So outside people can't use these information systems. So that is the access control means just only created people can access and read or write. Access will given by creating people. This read, write, and update access is given by creating people, making people. Then encryption means like this. If I create a password, if my password is my name, if my password is my name, someone can predict the password as my name. Okay, so when we are going to store our password in cloud, SUSL Vijayatunga. Over there, Anne. SUSL Vijayatunga. Okay. If I created the password and if I going to store this password in internet, we have to encrypt. That means the password is not stored as the password is not stored as I given password. That means if I created my name as the password, my name is Kusal Sirimana, then I use this then I use my name as the password, but in storing password is different than my name. That means it encrypted. Encrypted means it's like It's like different data. It is a very huge string. String means it has a it if my password is 8 character password, after encrypted it has a 64 character. 64 characters. So for one character it encrypted as 8 character. ඒ කියන්නේ මම password එකක් මොකක් හරි internet එකේ store කරනවා නම් ඒක encrypt කරනවා. හරි. එතකොට encrypt කරනකොට අර මම දෙන password එක නෙමෙයි ඒකේ store වෙන්නේ. encryption method තියෙනවා ගොඩක් දේවල් තියෙනවා ඒක encrypt කරත්. හරි. එතකොට අපි දෙන එක නෙමෙයි ගිහලා store වෙන්නේ. හරි. එතකොට මං අකුරු 8ක එකක් දුන්නොත් encrypted වුණාට පස්සේ ඒක අකුරු 64ක් වෙනවා. මම නිකන් උදාහරණයකට 64ක් කියලා කිව්වේ. හරි. එතකොට එක අකුරක් 8ක් බවට converted. අන්න ඒකට තමයි encrypt කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay. So that's the encryption. Okay. That's it for today. Do you have any problems in this chapter? Do you have any problem? Do you have any questions? Do you have any question? If you have any question, you can text me. You have send a direct message to me in chat. That means in Zoom chat. Can you please add us to subject in VLE? I don't I have VLE access also. මටත් VLE access තාම හම්බුනේ නැහැ. මම ඒක අර Google Classroom හදලා තියෙන්නේ මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ notes ඒ ඔක්කොම මම Google Classroom එකට දාන්න. I will put all the lecture notes, assignments inside the Google Classroom. I share your Google Classroom link with your batch rep, so you can contact him and get the Google Classroom link. මම ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ batch rep ට මේ Google Classroom link එක දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකට join වෙලා ඉන්න. හරි මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් මට message එකක් mail එකක් දාන්න. මගේ mail එක මෙන්න මේක. මෙන්න මේක. usls@tech.sub.ac.lk. මට ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ lectures 7 දෙකක් විතර තියන්න බැරි වුණා. medical condition එකකින් මගේ medical condition එකකින් දා මේ මම ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ lectures ටික cover කරන්න බය වෙන්න එපා. මේ අමතර දාලා හරි cover කරනවා. මම ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝ batch rep එක කතා කරලා කියන්නම් තියෙන dates miss වෙච්ච ඒවාට තියෙන dates මම කියන්නම්. I will inform you dates after I discuss with your batch rep. Okay, so do you have any problem? Do you have any question regarding this chapter? In next day, we have to discuss about computer hardware components. I will post those lecture slides in the Google Classroom. I don't have VLD. I don't have VLE access. So then I will post all the lecture note in slides, the Google Classroom. That's data golden rule time between value. What do you want? Do you want a golden rule about data? I didn't get your question. Can you explain bit? It's a question. Question එක පොඩක් පැහැදිලි මදි. SAS data golden rule time between value. අන්නේ time එකත් එක්ක value එක වෙනස් වෙනවද කියලාද golden rule එකේ? ඔව්. time එකත් එක්ක value එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒක වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් හිතන්නකෝ ඒක factors it depends on the factors we have get. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ගන්න factors එක තමයි ඒක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. හරි එතකොට අපි දැන් ටෙක්නොලොජි එක අප්ඩේට් වෙනකොට අපි ගන්න ෆැක්ටර්ස් උත් අප්ඩේට් වෙනවානේ. අපි 2000 අවුරුද්දේදී කරපු හදපු ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් සිස්ටම්ස් යූස් කරනවා. හැබැයි ඒ බෑන් ගොඩක් ඒවා දැන් අවුට්ඩේටඩ්. අප්ඩේටඩ් වෙනවා. ඒක සාමාන්‍ය දෙයක්. If we get a information system from 2000, so it's most probably outdated. Okay, it's some information system can use for nowadays, but most of them can be outdated. Most of them, but some can use. හරිද? ප්‍රශ්නයක් හරිද? හරි. එයාට විතරයි ප්‍රශ්න දෙන්නේ නම් මේ කාටද ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? Do you have any problem? Any others have any problem? ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. බය වෙන්න එපා ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න. හරි. ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ නේ කාටවත් එන්නේ. So then we can wrap up the meeting. Wrap up the lecture. Okay. I will inform you next when is the next lecture and when will the next lecture conduct. So thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.